Hello everyone, this is Billie. Welcome to Billie Holman Creations. Now today, I'm going to finish this tray that I started some time ago. I purchased this at a thrift shop. It's quite heavy and it's metal. It had this paper of huge lips on it. Wasn't very appealing, but I thought this would be a perfect tray for my, for my bedside, for maybe some tea, maybe my chips. I love my chips. And maybe I can work on a project while sitting back and watching TV. Anyway, now I got this Resin Design Decor Transfers from Miss April at Dragons and Dresses Craftsorium. And it's got beautiful roses. You know, I love my roses. I was hoping there was more purple in here because my bedroom is purple. And before I lay that down, I want to clean the rest of this paper up. I couldn't get it all up at one try. I'm going to clean this up, and I'm going to sand it a little bit to scratch it up and spray paint it with a base coat of white. And then I found a beautiful gold spray paint that I have out in the shop. And I want to get that done and then lay on the decals and then do a very fine layer of resin because I only have a 1/4 inch here because of these handles. Now you can see these handles here. There's only a 1/4 inch to play with as far as resin goes. So I've tried to clean this up. I mean, I soaked it in the tub for a while. But I'm going to try handy dandy acetone. And I just keep this in a little nail polish bottle. I'm going to see if that can't take up some of the sticky, and I would be able to scrape the rest of this off. If I can't, it's not going to really matter. It would just not be a real smooth surface for the paper. So let's see. I have this blade scraping little tool. It just holds a regular razor blade. Oh, and look at that. Huh. Problem solved. This is coming right off. Acetone is good for a lot of things, so there. I've almost got it cleaned. Look, I can scrape some more. So this will take me a bit. I'm going to go ahead and clean it up, sand it up, and then I'll go ahead and do the white and the gold spray paint, and then let's see what I can come up with. Okay, everyone, I'm back with the gold tray. I've got some runs. It's a little rough. I couldn't get it completely smooth. But I went through and I chose the one piece of this Deco Transfer from the Ruby Rose. It's a redesign with Prima rub-on paper. So these were extra parts and pieces from what I had cut. So I went ahead and I did make some marks as to where I want this to fall. Let me bring it down a little. Now I could put the light on top, but my overhead light, but it's really glary with this shine of this plastic. So I did make a mark that little piece was going to go there. And I'm going to come up to the sides. I do have extra, but I'm not going to, I think it's cut right on this side, and I need to trim the other side, but I will wait till I've got it started to rub down. Now, this is a big piece to work with. So, since I'm going to start up here, I'm going to turn it around, but I want to make sure I align the difference between the pieces here and have them centered, because I had this one fall in a particularly marked area that I see. It's there. And the frame, I'm going to start right down here. Oh, here we go. I'll just do a little bit. We'll see how it goes, and then I'll finish it up without you, okay? Well, here, I've got to bring this back first. So maybe if I just cut a little of this off at a time. It's kind of awkward. All right. It's sticking. Let's do the magic. Here, let's try with that. God, I feel little lumps already. My hair's going to be in your way probably, or my head. Alrighty, we're on our way. So I will check in with you in just a short. Ooh, stand up. There, I can put the light on, but guess what happened? Jeez. I got down to the very end and I have folds right here that I could not get out. And I was trying to straighten this bit right up here, and I put my fingernail through it. So there's a couple of, I don't know, places to fix. So what I'm doing right now is I am going to cut this off and get it out because I found another paper here that I don't know if it's going to ruin it or what, but there's a half a rose. And I'm going to have that coming out that way. So we're going to lose the blue a little bit of it anyway. I don't see another piece that I could possibly... Oh, that's pretty. I'd have to... That wouldn't work. Anyway, actually I didn't look at this one. This one's... See, this one's really full. These are nice big ones, so I'll leave those alone. Let's just do some chop chop. And I will try to get these fixed, or this area fixed. Thought I was bound. That would look pretty if I shifted it over. Oh, I don't know. Would that be alright? No, because then I have to drop it down. We'll just go with this one because it has an edge, eh? Oh, those look like raspberries. I'll just get this cut out. Well, that for you just a second, but for me, I finished fixing this area, and the only piece I could fit in was another yellow, so I've lost color there. And then as I was finishing this up, I thought, Billie, why didn't you crackle this tray? Why did you not even stop and think about crackling this tray? So apparently I can go ahead and crackle it now. Okay, everyone, I am back with this tray, and I'll tell you, everything just went bad. It all went bad. The crackle didn't work. The crackle did not crackle anything. It didn't even crackle on top of the flowers, which I was hoping it would. Then I tried to stencil the blue around here, and as I was doing that, I discovered that all but this area here, the crackle just came right off. It just peeled like a sheet right off of here. So I've been pondering what the heck to do with this. I'm ready just to say start over and do something different. So when I get my thoughts together on that, we'll come back. So take good care. Hugs, and I'll see you shortly. Hi, everyone. Well, guess what? We're starting over. I tried to peel all the rest. Oh, I just see another piece. Look at that. That's the crackle. So now I think I have all the crackle off. Scraped that blue stencil I tried, and then I looked across the way here, and I found this beautiful PBO, or excuse me, pen art deco paint chalk, and it goes perfect with these flowers. And I do have more flowers. And there's another little sheet there too. So I am just basically going to paint this tray this color and let it dry. God, it hasn't even been opened. Look at that. Brand new. Better stir it, eh? better stir it. But that's what the plan is. So all that other footage, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Probably, heck, I could do a video on it saying this is how it really went, but I'm going to cut all that out. So here we go. I'm going to be painting. I'll catch up with you probably in the morning. Bye for now. Well, this blue turned out nice. It's dry. I did do 2 coats. So I'm going to try a different brand of crackle medium. This is Pentart. It just says 1 compound. It says put in between your 2 acrylic colors. What it doesn't say if I'm supposed to let it completely dry and then put the second coat of paint on or not. But first things first, I suppose. Well, this has not been opened. Oh, it's got film on it. I'm try to make big strokes. The blue will come through. I don't know why this just shut off on me. I've cleaned the memory out. I'm charged at like 70. Well, this is what I'll be doing. If I lose you, that means I've got to go clean my phone again. Weird. I have trouble with my Google too. I'll be online doing something and all of a sudden it'll just kick me out. So I'm forever cleaning my history. So I don't know what the whole issue is with my system, but I don't see anything happening. Do you? Because if I would have done this when it was wet, I would have just been smearing crackle everywhere. Right? Okay, well, let me go ahead and do this part. Well, hello everyone. This didn't work at all. Just didn't work at all. I'm beginning to think maybe my crackle is too old. I did it wrong. Or because the base coat was chalk paint. And then the gold. Is this the 3rd time I've tried this? Darn near. Anyway, I'm deciding I'm going to go ahead and lay down the rest of the florals that are left and go ahead, see what that looks like, and it's just going to be how it's going to be, I suppose. I went ahead and I just sanded some of the rough areas here. Yeah, it's not what I expected. And then the blue didn't seem to turn out the color of the flowers because it's much darker than it looks in the jar once it's dried. It's pretty color, but I'm just going to start looking at what's left here, rubbing them on. They'll probably be rippled, but here is one big sheet here, and it does have an edge by this rose, and there's another really pretty flower there, a bunch of them, but I'm just filling it in. So if let me keep looking. There might be part of this rose here left. Don't know, but I've got plenty to go with. I just need to use it. Oops, see, and now look. I've messed around so much that this is stuck together. That might be, that's the other part of that rose. I don't know that I want to piece it. Can you see up there? Because I don't, with the luck I've had with this project, I'm not going to try to piece that together. I'm just going to put it up against the edge. Maybe we can put this one down at another edge. What's left? These are very pretty, but darn frustrated. Look at that big piece. That could be used for something else. So let's go. Oh, I've got little pieces here too we can fill in. So I'm going to start. Where'd that come from? Don't know. What do I say? What do I say? I'm just going to trim this paper here. We're going to go with this edge at the top. I'm just going to bring this to that edge. But if I do that, I need to find a corner piece so I can overlap. And I'll probably try to do that. So let me cut some of this out. Yeah, that's a pretty piece too. Look at this pretty piece here. Gorgeous. But things don't always go as planned. This is a good example of that. I'm going to cut this out because we can overlap them. Try not to wrinkle them. Get that out. Put that aside. That's a big save possibility. Possible big save. So, oh, there's more. Goodness sakes. One sticking to the other, maybe? No. Oh, well. Let's get that half of rose up here. Can I put that possibly in the corner here? Then we'll overlap. See how it works out. So I can put that one in a corner. What do we have for another corner piece? I guess it really doesn't matter at this point. There's still a lot to choose from. So let's start here. I'm going to have to go. It's going to have to go in the other corner because I have to turn it over. So let me switch this around. Oh, now I'm going to have to watch. Let me cut this edge right to the flower here. And we'll get that put down. I don't want to see any white. So we'll just trim that real carefully. There, I think I've got it. Take this off carefully. Oh no, oh that's pretty. Oops. Look at that. Oh, it's going to fold over itself. Don't. That'll definitely give me a wrinkle, won't it? Oh, heck. Oh. I'm having no luck. Ripped it right off. Look at that, dang it. I should have took the back part off. I haven't touched this in a couple of days, and look at me. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. That's a bummer, Bill. Get it together, girl. No, it's got to come off. Look at that. That's a mess. So much for high hopes. Shoot. Whatever. Don't try this at home, or if you do, I'm hoping you have more success. Because now I don't know how to do it now, since it's all buggered up. You know what? Since I really buggered that up. Well, forget that corner. Forget that corner, because, dang, I just can't get it together. Let me cut this, because it should be sticking to the clear paper, not the white paper. That's my thoughts. Do you ever reach the point where you just want to get it done? I'm kind of there, and usually I don't give up, but oh my gosh, I'm having a time. So, if I can keep it on the clear, there, like that's how it's supposed to go. But, geez, let me trim this here. It's so pretty, and I've ruined so much of it already. Get rid of that. All right. I'm going to bring this down here and start rubbing. Just a little at a time. Okay. Maybe I'm just going to stick it down. See how straight that can be. If it's not going to fit, that must be crooked. I'm not being very gentle, am I? All right. This is how it's supposed to go. Get that right down there on that line. Yeah. Of course, you know, the tray itself is not coarse. Uh-oh. We have to go with that, darn it. See, I've got a gap there. Maybe we'll put something around the edge. I don't know, Billy. Don't touch it. All right, let me start rubbing. And a few bubbles, maybe. At this point, what are we going to do at this point? This looks so straight there. Not one of my best pieces, I'm sure. But let me go and find my scraper. I had this one. I had the other one. So here we are. This is the edge, or it's got a gap. But I'm just going to start. So I don't even know if I started recording. Yes, I did. Okay, let's just do it. I'll try to rub this down and be very careful. Hope it sticks to the paint. And I'll come back. There's some ripples. But I'll think positive. I will think positive and come back when I've got this down. Okay, so I'll see you in a little bit. Well, here it is. It took me a bit of time to rub this on. It wasn't too bad at all. But anyway, I've used up that one big piece, and then I took smaller pieces that were left over, and I did save the bigger flower pieces for another project. So this is what I have so far, and do have a couple of open spots. So what is a flower garden without butterflies? Now these have a little shimmer to them, and these I did get a package from Temu. So if I can get these stickers apart, I know they say tape to tape, and I don't have my strong strapping tape in here with me, but if I can just get the sticker separated, I'm going to go ahead and place them down. This might take a minute, wouldn't it? What's that? Okay, let's see if I can do it with a knife. There we go. Whoop, had it. I did have it. So I'm going to use odd numbers, and we're going to go with 3. These pretty butterflies, and we'll just have them going in different directions. They have a little blue in them too, so I thought that would match up nicely. So let's just put a butterfly in this spot. Let's see, how shall we angle it? Oh, somewhere in here. That'll look nice. Get that down. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Let's get this one down. I think these two are the same. So I'm just picking the edge with the knife, trying to lift it without taking a bit of my finger out. I did start it. Come on. Oh, I'll be happy to have this finished, but I'm starting to like it. I'm not 100%, real sure about it, but I'm starting to like it. So if that one's there, this one can fit somewhere in here, I think. And then we'll put the third one over here. Third one, where are you? Here you go. Oh, they're all the same. Pretty much, yes, they're all the same, I think. Usually you only get 2 of the same in one package. Come here, you. Get this down. Do you think we're ready for resin yet? Oh, that's pretty. That'll fit right in there. Take the place of a flower. Well, I don't know if I'm ready to finish this off. So, rooting in the stash, I'm thinking, look what I have. I have the very last bit here of upholstery trim. And it actually, how can you see that well? I think this would look really pretty. Right on the edge. Cover that with resin. That'll finish up the sides nicely. I think I'm going to do it. I thought about a string of beads or some lace. The lace I have is pretty wide. It's a plastic lace. So I think I'm just going to go with this. Now let's see if I can't trim this. It's going to fray. So let's take a lighter to it. Prevent that from happening. Okay, and I did find something for the corners. So I'm just going to haphazardly measure this. I'm not going to worry about the corners yet. Is it stretchy? It's a little stretchy. I don't want to stretch it too taut though. So let's go right about here. Cut that, and I'm going to take, oh, look at that. Whew. Oh, is that the piece I needed? It snagged on the scissors. I do need to sharpen them, and I do have a nice sharpener. So I need to do that. Let's just save that edge. Like that. Okay. I'm gonna, I think I'll try these this is the E7000. What is it? I have to peek now. I can't even see. Or is it the E6? It's the E6 Premium. And we'll glue that. Oh, well, I guess I will have to stretch it just a little bit. Okay. Where's that piece? Let's save that. Oh, I almost, believe it or not, took my bangs out with that little bit of flame. So let's do the same here. I'm not going to miter. This would be rather difficult to miter. But I think that's going to finish it off. It's going to take, you know, what, 3/8 of an inch off of our flowers, but that's okay. You think I have enough? I checked. Yes, I do have enough. Look at how that does that. Try a different pair of scissors. That's a little better. There we go. Take the tip of that off, maybe. Whew, smells a little. Smells a little. That'll go there with a little stretch. What do we have here? Burn that one. I'm going to measure over here. I could probably have you higher up to see the whole piece, but I think we're okay for where we're at. Now, do I want to put corner on top of corner? I guess we'll just have to see. I might have to do some trimming, but let me get this one cut. Where's my mark? Right there with my fingernail. I can't remember what I did use this for. Oh, I actually recovered a trunk with suede and leather pieces, and I used that as the trim. This is the last piece. Do you think I have enough? Oh my goodness, look at that. Spool's empty. Cut that. Give it a little fire. Okay. So, you know, of course, the resin is going to hold that in place. But I do need to glue it down. Might be bubbles coming through. But let's just see if I can get a nice bead here of this glue. I'm going to try move it, oops, right in here. Not right at the edge, but sort of in the middle where the trim will lay, I'm hoping. And get that down. That's right to the edge. And it still leaves us room at the handles there. Now I'm going to have to stretch. Whoops, what's under there? I have to stretch a little. I'm going to go ahead and glue this all down for you. Then I'll show you what I have for the corners, and I think it'll be nice. Is that going to look okay? I think so. I'm knocking things over. All right. Give me a few minutes or a second. Here we go. I've got all the edging in, and guess what I found? Because I don't have tacks, I found some old gold buttons. So what I've done is just taken my snippers and snipped the back off. I don't have to paint these. I was thinking maybe I'd have to paint something, but I don't. So we're just going to take a healthy dab of glue. I'm just going to put these in the corners. Oh, come on, you. Let this dry, and tomorrow, because it's getting late, tomorrow I am going to pour some resin. So see, that's how the corners will look to your right. That button. I'll cover it with resin too. And I would say this is about ready to be finished. I'll finish this and I'll see you shortly. Bye. Well, here we are. I went ahead and mixed up 8 ounces of Bondcrafters 1-to-1 part resin, and I've mixed it for 5 minutes. There's not bubbles in there. It looks pretty good. My problem is always, you know, fuzz or fur. And with a big spread like this, I'm going to take, I have some cardboard pieces. I'm just going to cover the whole thing once I'm done. So I have my stir stick here, and I thought about possibly putting tape on the edges where the handles are, but I think if I'm very careful, I won't go over there. But sometimes when I think I'm going to be very careful, I'm not. So I'm just going to pour. If 8 ounces isn't enough, I can go ahead and quickly make up some more. But what I want to do, and it'll cause bubbles, and I can't really get too close to that trim. I'm sorry if you can't see me here, because I don't want resin, you know, on the edges. So let me just try. I want to get over those buttons if I can. And I'm going to pour down very close to the trim, and then try to move it onto it, so you know it's covered and sealed. And I know when I do that I'm going to have bubbles, but let's just get a start. I'm going slowly around the edges, like I say, trying not to get it on the piece itself. And I could have been a little more cautious and really taped all of the sides up, but I didn't. I've got something in my way here. Oh, knocking things over already. I have a big flashlight here. I use a flashlight quite a bit to look at, you know, these pores, especially for top coats, because then you can see what is going to be floating on the top. So let's just use up all of this, so I didn't worry about getting another mold. I'm gonna have to get some popsicle sticks and watch my level. That's what I forgot to do, is try to level it before I poured. Sometimes I get too anxious. Just get too anxious and start without thinking, you know, everything through. But maybe I'm not alone. Maybe I'm not alone. Let me just scrape this out. Pardon the noise. Empty this out. I like these big measuring cups. They're heavy-duty plastic, and you can get, I think, a set of 3 or 4 from the Dollar Tree. And resin's really pretty easy to peel off of it if you let it set. But I usually try to wipe them out with alcohol. So here I'm just gonna try to sop up and get up into that edge as much as I can. Let the rest try to find itself, you know, go where it wants to go. Something tells me that's not enough resin. So basically that's all I'm going to be doing is trying to get this up to the edges, make sure it's all even and I don't have fish eyes. And I think I'm going to have to make up some more real quick. See what happens. So once I'm done with that, I might go ahead and take my stills while it's still wet because I'm very behind. I'm very behind this week. Seems like I'm always behind, but you know what? Let me ask you something. I've been going through something. I've just been going through something, and I think it happens to some people, but what's been happening is, or let me ask you if it's ever happened to you. Do you just, you get up, you feel good, you're ready to go, and then all of a sudden it's like, what am I going to do today? And I sit there and I it's like overload. It's like I'm overwhelmed with what's going on, and especially what I really need to be doing, and that just doesn't include resin, you know, and videos. That includes housework, you know, everything else that goes along with life. And I just seem to get so overwhelmed that I get nothing done, and then the whole day is gone. So that's what's been happening to me lately, and I don't get it. I don't know why I'm going through this kind of weird phase in my life, maybe. But you know, I don't think I'm too stressed out. You know, I get my rest, but it's like, it's almost like procrastinating, but there's a reason, and you just can't seem to pull yourself out of it. Even making lists, it just doesn't work for me. So anyway, that's what's been going on, and I just, you know, I'm trying to overcome that. But boy, like this week, it was 2 days I spent in that frame of mind, just going, oh gosh, what do I do? What do I do? And then I wander around like with my head up my rear and don't do nothing. So let me know if I'm not alone there, because it's starting to really bother me. Ooh, look, I think I'm gonna have enough. Looky here. So there's my little chit chat for the day. But what I was gonna say is, if I take a picture of this still not cured, I might, because I really need to get this video up and edited, especially because, you know, I had to try what, 2 times to get this how I wanted it. So thanks for watching, everyone. I'm gonna say take good care today. Please like and subscribe, share with your friends, and if you see that hype button that comes up with a new video and it's only up for 7 days, would you hit that hype button, and that'll send me out a little further into the world of YouTube. So I'm sending big hugs. Take good care of yourselves. I appreciate you all so very much. Bye bye.